whakarongo ki te tangi a te korimako. Kōrero flowing out the hook of force. Kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds, kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā kona whakapiri mai ki te kaupapa tino whakahira hira whakarongo pi kari kari mai. Hare hare mai, o Taringa hare hare mai. We gotta gather up close everybody. Gather up close everybody. Kani move that body. Kani move that body.
E rere nei te reo mihi, te reo whakamānawa i runga i ngā au. O te rangi i runga anō hoki ngā au, o te moana, tēnā rau atu koutou katoa, ngai taringa, kua hoki mai, nau mai hoki mai, ane e mihi nei tēnā koutou. E mihi atu nei mātou tokotoru i te poka pū o Taringa i te taone piki auahi nei o Te Awamutu bustling metropolis. Coming at you all from Te Wānanga o Awaps, Te Aroa. Tēnā koutou. Kia ora e hoa ma?
Kia ora.
Kia ora. Kia ora. You know, it feels been like kua roa, ne?
Kua roa.
Ai, kua roa.
Ai,
Yeah.
kaua kia koutou e whakarongo mai.
Ko tahi wiki nahe nahe.
Ai, engari.
Kia mātou nei, kua roa.
Ai.
Kua toru wiki.
O he roa te haora, he roa te miniti.
Ai, tika. Yes. How te rā whakatauki, something makes the heart grow fond or...
Absence
Distance.
makes the heart grow fonder.
Oh, there you go. I'm fond of you both.
Oh.
Tēnā kōrua. Hoi anō e te iwi, kia ora e te whānau.
Kia ora e te whānau.
Kia ora e te
I keep going back to that. And I was at i tētai hui ahau i nā tata nei ngā wiki nei, and one of the speakers, who was at this hui, dressed everybody, and he was, kia ora whānau, and I was sitting there, and he looked at me, and he said, kia ora e te whānau, and I was like, ah! So he must be, I whakarongo pē ia kia Taringa. Aua, hoi anō,
Cool.
kia ora e hoa ma, pewhia ana ngā piro.
E pai ana.
E pai ana. Engari, I puku mahi ahau. But yeah, good busy.
He kōwhiringa tērā.
Ai,
It's a choice to be busy.
ai,
And it's a great situation to be in.
ai. He rereke hoki te puku mahi, i te
Pokea.
pokea, me te whakaputahua.
Whakaputahua.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one before. What's that
Or
one?
productivity versus
Productivity.
being busy.
Ai.
Hey, ko e tai wā, we're busy,
Yeah.
engari kari te whaihua,
Yeah.
taua busy la.
You're moving a mill in a million different directions instead of breaking waves on one direction. That's the theory.
I'm a bit
Hoi
in
anō
between
te-
both of those
Yeah.
at the moment.
Tātou katoa i tēnei au huri.
Ai.
I tēnei au kaumingomingo.
Tika. And when people, you know, ka wānanga tia tēnei kōrero nei, find a work-life balance, well, it's all one.
Yeah.
Your work is your life.
Yeah.
Life is your work. Kei tō tirohanga.
Kia ora.
Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it,
Getting
to think about it.
I'm not trying to be a guru or anything, hoi anō.
Yeah. When we speak like this, we speak in ideals.
Ana.
Yeah.
Ai, and e rere ke hoki te puku mai i te pokea.
Aye.
Yeah.
Yeah, so pokea is being swamped,
Snow-
being
snowed
overcome.
under.
Yeah,
Snowed under, yeah.
ana. Not him. Ko tētahi ati ka whera, hoi anō.
Ai, ko tētai ati.
Oi anō, kia huri ki tā tātou kiwaha, ne?
Ai, tā tātou kiwa i tēnei wiki e hoa ma. Kua kehi.
Kua kehi.
Kua kehi.
Kua kehi.
Kua kehi.
Ka pai, kua kehi.
Is that like case closed, gates shut?
That's it.
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah.
Tapu ke koe.
When the gavel gets...
Oh, the gavel.
When the gavel, you know, that's it. Chat kua kehi. So, oh, bro, he hanau ki te puta atu, ki te kai. So, where shall we go? Blah, blah, blah. Here. Nah, let's go here. Kua kehi. That's us.
Yeah.
Decisions made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
Done deal.
Kua kehi. You on here
Kua
again?
kehi. Hea ha tā tātou kaupapa I te rānei.
Patapatai.
Patapatai.
Kua kehi.
Ka pai. Yeah. And I was, I taua taumata kiwahara. You know, it's probably a 1, 2. Hey, marama nei.
Yeah.
Marama te tikanga, and you know,
Right.
you can use it as a...
Oh, yeah, you can use it out,
Yeah.
without a rerenga.
Yeah. I roto anō hoki i te rerenga Pākehā. Oh, what are we up to? Oh, Netflix. Kua kehi.
Kua kehi.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially if you agree.
Ana.
Chat, that's us. Kua kehi.
Yeah. Ana, koe nā te kiwaha.
Koe nā te kiwaha.
Kia ora.
So hopefully when we answer some patapatai, some pātai, we can go up, kua kehi.
Okay, let's do that then.
Okay.
We just go top to bottom.
Okay.
Kua kehi.
All right. Kua kehi. Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
So we have a pātai here from Malcolm. He is referring to Māori education systems. What is the difference between Māori education systems and Pākehā education? How is it better or worse?
Pai tēnei wānanga.
Aye.
Would a Māori education system be the system of wānanga?
Yeah, so if I looked at te wānanga o te roa, we're based on āhuatanga Māori, tikanga Māori. So that's what informs should inform how we do what we do i roto i te wānanga o te roa. Koina tētai, and a lot of it is values-based. So koina tētahi whakaro, me ngā mātāpono, so the principles,
Yeah.
they govern how education is taught and digested, I suppose. And ko te reo.
Yep.
Koina tētahi o nā mea nui ki au nei o te Māori education system. And there's lots of systems. I mean, you got te aho matua, i roto i ngā kura kaupapa, kura aiwi.
Iwi, yeah.
They'll have their system and their marautanga or curriculum will be based on
Their iwi's values and principles.
yeah. And kōrero tuku iho specific to that
Oh,
iwi.
yes, yeah.
Which is a range of things. It'll be whakatauki, kiwaha, history.
History, yep. Their
Yeah.
positioning in the world.
And then you got other layers like tuakana teina.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So mā ngā tuakana, ngā teina e awhina. Yeah, koina e tai o ka whakaro i tēnei wā. He
And we-
whakaro anō?
We just talked about how life-work balance, and you said it's the whole thing. And I think it's the same. So what I would deem through a Māori education system, it doesn't start at 9 and finishes at 3.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lifestyle, yeah. And based on mātauranga Māori, tirohanga Māori, how you are positioned in your world, and other things like, when I talk about mātauranga Māori, understanding tapu noa, rangi papa, to put titles on some things, and then you're positioned in there, what you learn, or how you learn it. So, you know, we look at our cosmology, and in there is our wairuatanga and our pūtaiao. Whereas you'd look in other education systems and they'd be separated, or even a choice where that belief system is left out because you're looking
Yeah.
at what they would deem as tangible.
And what about traditional or old school wānanga systems where I've heard the whare wānanga might be up in the bush somewhere and you'd actually go up there and live there and live that wānanga life for however long it takes you to learn it, I guess.
You know, a lot of the kaupapa we've covered in Taringa, for instance, maramataka. You know, that governed when wānanga were held. So winter was the good time to wānanga.
Right.
There wasn't much to do in the winter. You know, it was cold. Even fighting, kari whawhai, i te hotoke. So, you know, you stayed at home, predominantly at home, and it's cold, so it's a good time to wānanga. You know,
Yeah,
snuggle up. We snuggle up with
close to each
Netflix.
other.
They'd be snuggle up with the wānanga.
Aye.
Nā kōrero. Yeah, and so the wānanga times, the period of wānanga, of the whare wānanga, and there's lots of different kupu, mō tērā, took place in this period. So the cold months. And there's lots of old, like you're saying, old school, you know, like we don't do now, like, but the values are there. So, you know, e tahi o ngā whare wānanga, ka mau te kōhatu i roto i te waha.
Aye.
So the tauira
yes.
would have the kōhatu in their mouths, and that the practical thing was, so they can't speak.
Yeah.
They can only listen and take the mātauranga, and then the kōhatu was a sign, a tohu for that mātauranga, and it being a kaimaro, and we've covered the kaimaro. Yeah, that the tohunga helps them to digest. Yeah. So there's, you know, those practices that we don't practice anymore, but I know.
And governed by that belief, you know, there has to be that belief there.
Yeah.
Yeah, whakapono. E mea nui hoki tērā
te
wāhanga nui ko te whakapono.
Yeah.
But i runga i ngā kōrero a te puaheiri, that mātauranga Māori, whakaro Māori, koe rā kēnā me e arataki ana, e tohu ana, kei reira te katoa. O e rā ahuatanga hei whakahaere i te mātauranga i roto i te wānanga.
And you know, is it better, is it worse? I don't think there's you couldn't say one's better, one's worse.
Yeah.
For all, however, I think for, you know, say, for Māori, it would be good to understand their identity, because it's big, the individual understanding their value and then their collective value, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes that's been lost in other systems. I mean, you know, imagine if you had to teach fish how to fly. They just fail all the time. Not to say one's better or worse, but one helps a group better than the other.
Yeah. It's a good way to put it.
Well, because, we've taken a lot from Western systems. However, with that adaptation of our view, it's worked in certain ways. You know what I mean? So I think that's the other way is how Māori education or how mātauranga Māori, how that can work in the current day setting. As Prane talked about maramataka. We're not that governed by maramataka in this day and age, so how do we place ourselves? And it's talked about in our 200 there, how rangi would use dual systems, so those things can remain, we can still keep mātauranga Māori within this day and age. It's just our approach.
I saw something recently on Facebook, a particular kura in Rotorua having a really big winter break.
Yep.
Because they are doing things more by the maramataka system.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that is so cool.
We work in an office space and the body is telling everyone to have a break anyway.
Yeah.
Because, ko more katoa te tari, I te mauiwitanga o te tangata.
Exactly.
Yep. Seems the practical thing to do.
It really does seem like the practical thing.
And in the day and age when we were very careful about the cough and the sneeze.
Yeah. Everyone keep your germs at home.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Kua kehi
or...
Kua kehi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Taringa.
Tēnā koe, Jaden. If te reo Māori is an oral language, was only spoken in the past, does reading and writing it today impede with those on their learning journey today, or would it be like a best of both worlds, incorporating the two together? Yes.
Yes, it's congruent.
You just wanted to use
I
that
just
word.
learned that word. Well, I learned how to use it properly. Yeah.
Engari, kia hoki au ki te balance, it's a balance. Ko te reo Māori, he reo kōrero. Tika.
Ai.
Nō reira, e ora te reo kōrero tia.
Kia ora.
Yeah.
No, for the language to live, to thrive, it needs to be spoken.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, not so much now, but i ngā tērā tētai hunga i tōna wai haere ki te whare wānanga, e newa ki te reo tohu, o reo Māori, o Māori tohu reo Māori, e kare moho ki te kōrero i te reo.
Ai, tika.
So they could, passing an exam
yeah.
or a test, written test is very different to being able to speak the language.
Yeah, hard out.
So it's finding the balance of the two.
Yep.
And then also te aro ki ngā learning styles, oetai, he reke.
Yeah.
So there's definitely things in the writing of te reo Māori that can help a tauira i tana haere runga i te huarahi o te reo Māori.
Kia ora.
Yeah.
Some may need to see it. I remember embracing written reo, and because your grammar can't hide when you're writing
Tika.
te reo, and that's another delving.
Hey, rawe tēnā.
Yeah, your e's, your keys, they can, through the slip of the tongue, they can be left out. However, it's another way of learning more te reo and appreciating it, appreciating the grammar, because, you get to a certain level of your reo and you may want to improve on it. Writing and reading into reo is the next step. If you have yet to take that step, if you're sitting at an area where you feel comfortable, start writing into reo or reading good examples of written te reo. Heaps of books out there now.
You know how it's sort of knowing that we don't have a written language. Can things like whakairo and raranga not count as our written language?
I think it's a language. Definitely he reo era. But e hara i te reo tuhi.
Yeah.
Okay.
He tuhi te tuhi.
Yeah.
He raranga te raranga, he whakairo te whakairo. Koino, those are our literacy and numeracy of the day. They were and are. And then you can add on to, we're lucky to have written as well.
Ana.
True.
If you deem it as a device of colonisation, it's up to you. But
You mean writing?
yeah, you go through this thing of being tūturu, what it is to be tūturu, but I don't think staying away from written word is
If anything, it's just adding.
up to you, but
It's not subtracting, it's adding.
yeah, it's an addition. It's an addition. He rau.
Ana.
He rau, yeah.
Tā he nui ngā hua o te tuhi. I mean, look,
Ai.
te rohi a nā pukapuka reo Māori.
Kia ora.
Yep. Tērā.
Ko kehi.
Nā no tēnei pātai, is there any importance in order when reciting your pepeha to others?
Oh, good question. I've always wondered this myself.
He o kōrua whakaaro.
Well, just thinking, isn't the way that we're sort of taught to do our pepeha these days a sort of new thing? Back in the days, wouldn't they just sort of say a general sentence that might refer to some of their landmarks to let you know where they're from? They wouldn't have like a format like, this is my maunga, this is my awa, this is etc.
Ko ku whakaaro ēnei, you have pepeha like te kuti te wera te haua.
Che.
Most pepeha were said by one iwi or one tupuna about another. They didn't necessarily come out of the mouth to whom that pepeha belongs. Te tui a kino moirua ki tauranga moana. Tahia te marae, tahia te marae. Uia te manuhiri me ko ai. Ko te kuti, ko te wera, ko te haua, ko apanui. And then that stuck.
I didn't know that.
Waikato
No,
tani
that's where
wharau
it actually
was
came
te
from.
heu said about Waikato.
Okay.
Whatitiri ki te rangi te arawa ki te whenua was tūhoi said
Tūhoi.
about te arawa. So that's a pepeha, koe nana me, and then koe nei taku whakaaro. I think the pepeha format of such and such te maunga, such and such te tangata was when Mātene te whiwhi I haria haeretia e ia.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, te
That was the
tono
first
te
time
kingitanga.
that came about.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And you see that format. You know, I haria ki a pehi turo and he said, ko mate ao nge taku maunga, ko whanganui taku moana, ko hau te tangata. You know, or ko pehi te tangata. And then talked about the kai in those places. So I think that's where the
Format
pepeha,
came from.
first thing
this
came from.
pepeha, what we're talking about, this format.
And if you look back in the literature, as we saying, you just talked about the written word, it'll be the first time that way of pepeha is done, has been brought about. So yeah, it's cool. And I think at the end of the day, if you know your pepeha and you know a bit more about yourself, you might want to promote some side of yourself a bit more, you know. So depending on where you are, if you know you have a connection to that point, you might stress a bit more of, if you know more of yourself, of your pepeha, you'd stress that side or this side, you know what I mean? So I go home and, you know, when you're in a hui and Te Taitokoro, everyone's from Te Taitokoro, so how do you...
So you don't really need to mention that part, but you might mention the more specific details.
And what I do is I recite my maunga and I say, koina taku whare whakaiti I roto I te whare whakahihi. And some people go, oh, che. But, you know, the more you learn, the more you get to know how to manipulate your pepeha. Yeah.
Kani move that body.
In a class I done a couple of years ago, we were talking about karapipiti, so like going on a journey with our pepeha. So we did have a bit of a format which started us on our waka, and from our waka we went down our awa. That took us to our maunga that we climbed up, and then looked from the maunga down to our rohe. So I guess like that was sort of a journey format.
Yeah.
Even that word karapipiti, how it's used in that sense, and I've heard it a few times from other people. Oh, it's a karapipiti. I say, how tērā? Oh, it's a journey. Oh, well, that, ko tērā kupu taku mōhio, karapipiti he pātere, and it's a pātere rongonui.
Yeah.
And I think kei te waiatahia e te whānā apanui.
Yes.
I'm not sure,
Yeah,
but no
yeah.
tūwhare toa. No tūwhare toa
Yes.
and that's the name of the pātere, karapipiti.
Oh, kia ora.
Yeah, we looked at that at one of my marae wānanga recently.
Yeah, and you need to look at pepeha, you got whakapeha pea, which means to be boastful.
Aye.
Oh.
And peha is skin.
Aye.
You know, so boasting about your identity.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a promotion.
Yeah, that's why when I said to my nan as a 14-year-old, whakarongo ki taku pepeha, and nan goes, ai, te whakahihi hoki. Now, she was old school, and I was like, hey.
And you were meant to know.
Yeah. And kari e moio hea te, when I say, oh, whakarongo ki taku pepeha, ai, te whakahihi hoki. Because it is, it's a kōrero whakahihi.
Whakahihi,
You're saying who you are.
Yeah.
Probably, though, never start with your name.
Kia ora.
Oh, yeah.
You know, whai ana I te kōrero a te puaheiri, pending where you are. So, how do you want people to know who you are? Pēnei, mehe me pirangi koe te tīmata ki tō waka, kei a koe tēnā. But usually, most times, people start with their maunga.
Yep.
Now, if I was to go into Ngāpuhi and I would say, ko whare puhunga te maunga, they probably wouldn't know where whare puhunga is.
Yeah.
So I might start with ko tainui te waka, ko hotiro te tangata, ko rauka wa te iwi, ana
True.
ko whare puhunga, or I might even leave that out. It's really up to you. And, you know, kei a e runga i ngā kōrero a te puaheiri, kei te ahua o tō mōhio ki a koe anō, ki tō reo, and how, once you've been doing the pepeha for quite a bit, then you sort of know when the right time is to put something in, or, you know. Traditionally, you wouldn't go down, and I think because kua e ako ana I te reo, people include ko ai o rātou mātua.
Yeah.
But that's so they identify as and who their children are.
Yeah.
I liked what you said there. You need to draw familiarity to the person, so you start from a broader range. Just like when you go, oh, I'm from New Zealand. They go, oh, yeah, New Zealand, and you say a city and whatnot and whatnot.
Tika.
So tainui, which is the broader, you know, the waka, which is the broader spectrum, then you get more defining, and then people go, I see where you are. Those are your coordinates,
There's only been once when I Tawahi, someone knew where Tawamuti was because they were a fan of Crowded House.
Yeah. Te whānau whanu.
So when Aotearoa, New Zealand, you wouldn't know it's a place called Tawamuti. Oh my God!
Yeah.
They knew more about them than I did.
Or when you go, Tawamuti, Hamilton, yeah.
And then you go south and they're like,
Yeah.
Well, I go, Raukokore, and people are like, and I go, the movie Boy.
Yeah. You're a Smith.
But then even then they're like, is that what that place is? Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Me whakarongo pi kari.
Nā rihari mako tēnei, tēnā koe rihari. Why do you think our tūpuna took up Christianity so enthusiastically?
O pewhi o kora whakaro.
I have some whakaro.
Same.
A lot of people see it now as a device of colonization, right? And it can be argued that that was. However, our tūpuna were given the Bible to read. And I think they saw a lot of their own beliefs in there, like te tapu me te noa, te toto a te karaiti, te taro o te ora.
Aramara ko iwa, Adam and Eve. Being fashioned out of the earth.
Te uku, kurawaka. So I think some of them saw maramatanga in that.
Yeah. And I'll pick up on the maramatanga, in discussions with Che, is that for a lot it was the maramatanga in Te Hahi. And it was accessible.
Yep.
It was accessible to everybody. Anybody could read and decipher through Te Kaiputure, the word of God. And even that to be, I can't even fathom, really imagine how it would be ki o tātou tūpuna to be told this is the word of God. I tēnei paipera.
And I think I also have these, when I read some old kōrero and I read about, I can't remember the name of, I think it was Matinga himself, Marsden, talking to the chiefs going, take up the word of God. And they're actually having a hui before they head off to war. And they go, one more, in my plain words, they go, one more expedition, then we'll pick up the book. And a lot of them are saying, I'm tired of war. And so I have an idea that some of them took up that because they were lethargic in fighting, and they saw rongo.
There's another way.
Yeah, and a lot of them believing that the power of Te Atua was mightier, so it was able to level out things, or... Yeah, there's those whakaro, yeah.
Well, my thoughts whakaro were more about that tool of colonization. Yeah, so I was at a conference and there was an amazing presenter. He was a doctor and he talked about how, Māori, this is during colonization, were getting sick from all the new bugs that were coming in that they'd never encountered before. So like the flu and everything. And they were getting so sick and they saw that new people weren't, and they were asking them, how come we're getting sick and dying and you aren't? And apparently what they basically said was it's because you don't believe in our God.
Kia ora.
And then so a lot of people, I heard, turn to Christianity because of that.
I think there's maramatanga in there, so put that to the side, but also the use of it. Indoctrinating, brainwashing, having them think lesser of a person if they were to maintain their beliefs prior to the paipera. So I think there was wrongdoing from the human nature side of it. However, I do think there's still maramatanga in there.
Aye. And te kōrero hoki mo te whakapono Māori, there were things, e nui ngā mea tāhua i roto i te whakapono Māori, ara anō i tahi kari pai.
Aye. Pera nō ki i te paipera.
Ana. Yeah, tika.
Ko te kino kei roto tonu i te paipera.
Ana. Yeah, and if you this is he wānanga nui tēnei, if you were to break the Bible down into the Old and New Testament, you got one half of the world follows the Old Testament.
Kia ora.
And e rere ke noa ke ngā tohutohu o roto i te kawenata tawhito, i te kawenata hou.
Hea tā te atu i te kawenata tuatai?
Patua te tangata.
Patua te tangata.
Pretty
I'm an
much,
angry God.
eye for an eye, he atua riria i hoa.
Yeah, he atua riria.
Me wehi. Me wehi ki ihoa te tīmatanga o te whakaaro nui, but in the New Testament is atua o te ora, salvation, rangi Māori e, ahua pēra.
Yeah, there's a lot of contradicting things in that Bible.
And once again, if you look at the theological kōrero of the Bible, it's who was wielding it at the time, who wrote it at the time, who reinterpreted it at the time. Yeah, we should get Dr. Byron on here one day.
Yeah, rā karawe tērā.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
even, he whakaro anō oku mō tētahi no te hāhi mihinga repe.
Aye.
Yeah, kia i te mea, might be, it's timely for another discussion on
Yeah,
whakapono.
I think, we'll just leave that.
Yeah,
there for
no
now.
reira, tēnā koe rihari.
No, tēnā koe. Yeah.
Ai.
Me whakarongo pi kari kari.
Tēnā koe Jacob Whainga. He says, Kia ora e hoa mā. When I die, I would like my tangihanga conducted by tohunga Māori, meaning karakia Māori. Is that possible? Who do I ask? Can I request a tohunga from some tohunga directory?
Wow.
Yeah, wrong sort of tohunga if you're going to play that music.
Yeah.
E mihi ana kia koe, Jacob, and, you know, people would listen to us pātai and maybe
And
have
be
a
wondering
chuckle.
at themselves.
tērā
But
pātai.
wonder,
Yeah.
because he tika tau, he tikara wātu tau. There are more people that are wanting to have their whakahaere done, o ritinga, done I roto I te whakaaro Māori, I roto I te karakia Māori.
Kia ora.
And a lot of people don't have someone to turn
Yeah,
to.
they don't know anyone. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we see that a lot, in our, some of our whanaunga, they want to express themselves. But, you know, the thing is, no one is spiritual until we're in those times.
Yeah.
You know, someone has passed away or there's some trauma happening, hoi no, they can only have who's available, which is a lot of time someone of the cloth, you know, sort of tagging along from the last pātai.
Sika, well, it's not that it's not possible. There is no tohunga directory. I tēnei wā. I would say, you know, hoki koe ki tō iwi, ki tō hapu, and you need to put these pātai out to your people amongst your whānau, and are there tohunga or learned ones I roto I tō iwi e mohi ana ki te whakahaere I nei tuāhuatanga.
Yeah.
Maybe there's even someone in your iwi or your hapu that might want to have this knowledge, and then maybe they can go out and you can work at it together. I don't know.
And I think you gotta reassess your own desires as well, like why, and how ingrained are you as well? Are you ready to take on such things? This is from example. People want this, but they only want a bit of it, and then a bit of that, then a bit of that. But are you ready to give full autonomy to that? And it's not a big thing. However, to be mindful of, you might want to do something where it conflicts with the whakapono or the or the whakaritenga.
Yeah.
So you have those kōrero, and have a family one, have a whānau one as well.
Yeah.
And then ask and go to the marae and talk to your kaumātua and stuff like that. Make sure you're grounded in what it is you're asking for. And then be truthful when you're asking for it. It's a highly emotional time, Tangihanga.
Oh, definitely.
And a lot of mauahara arisen from because someone did the karakia, or it was given to that.
We were just talking about this.
Yeah, it was given to that whakapono or that hāhi. And at the end of the day, you have to look for the maramatanga in that hāhi if you don't get your way.
Kia ora. This ties in with the whakapono before. That's what whānau said to me, because, you know, e hara au I te karaiti ana. So when I have a whakahaere, I'm going to go back to ki ngā kōrero tuku iho, kei reira te maramatanga, and where there are teachings and learnings. And, you know, whānau said, well, that resonates with me more than what I'm currently hearing.
Yeah.
But again, it depends who ko ai te minita,
Kia ora.
I tahi wā.
Ai.
You know, koia te māngai o te atu o te tikanga.
Ai, koe te
Whakaputa
kauaka.
nei,
Yeah.
We had a wānanga karakia I nā tata nei, and I kia tau ki te hunga I taimasia, e hara tēnei te whakataitai.
Kia ora.
Yeah, it's not about me having a whakataitai with te hāhi karaiti ana.
Yeah.
Kia ora.
And, you know, koutou, I went through that. People reconciling within themselves.
Ai.
Kei whea, rātau e noho ana, you know, e pirangi ana ki te whakapona Māori, but they feel they're still Christian. And they say, can I do both? The answer's in your heart.
Kia ora.
Yeah, kei roto ki a koe. Hei whai ake ngā kōrero a te puahiri, Jacob. Me hui koe me tō whānau. Yeah, me mohi o rātou ki o whakaro. And I'm good on you for preparing.
Yeah, and to actually just spit that question out, because it looks like, just write it how I think,
Yeah, he kaupapa nui tēnei.
Kaupapa nui, yeah.
What are our takeaways? Hoki ki te whānau.
Hoki ki te whānau,
Kōrero ki te whānau.
kōrero ki te whānau, and kōrero ki a koe anō, Haere ngātahi atu ki te marae.
Yeah.
Ki ngā kaumātua, o kaumātua.
Hapu, iwi.
Yeah. Waikahua, waikatoi. There may be nobody within your own,
Yeah.
you know, I'm being honest, with your own hapu or even iwi,
Yeah.
that would have the mohiotanga, he pewhia te whaka, because what we've created is we've got a hybrid whakapono Māori.
Aye.
We've got lots of existing karakia, but a lot of the time is knowing which are the right ones
Yep.
and how to use them,
Kia ora.
not just putting a karakia Māori in and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, or using the descriptive words that align to what's happening. Yeah, actually, what are you tapping into? What is your intentions for this karakia in this part of the ceremony? And make sure if you're going to get cremated that tohunga knows.
Yeah.
Kōrero nō tērā, hoi no.
Ka pai.
Kia ora, Jacob.
Gather up close, everybody.
Okay, last pātai here, and this might be a good one for Jacob to think about during his preparations. This one's from Judy Ripia. Just wanting to know what is the best way to dispose of rubbish from inside the urupa, like glass, etc., non-compostable that don't break down.
He ra, wei tēnei pātai.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't chuck anything out of the urupa if it goes in there.
Well, it's made me think about what we do in our urupa.
Tika, yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know what happens because, you know, lots of people leave like those plastic fake flowers there.
Their bottles.
Yeah, bottles. Where do they go?
That's the bigger, I think that opens our eyes to the bigger picture, and the bigger pātai is e aha na tātou I roto i ngā urupa.
Kia ora.
Trustees of urupa, iwi, hapu, maybe need to be making some tikanga, some rules,
Yeah.
saying no glass, no plastic flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, tika.
Koe
Yeah.
rā pētahi.
Yeah.
Is it all rubbish?
Yeah.
And I know where this question is coming from, a place of tapu and noa.
Aye. Okay, then so why are they left in there?
Because people think they might be significant to the person.
Is it because like some things become tapu when they go in there?
Oh, yeah.
Well, our urupa, we've got no problems with chucking them out.
Yep.
Because he rere ki ngā tikanga ki tā mātou urupa.
I wouldn't either if I had the authority of on my urupa. If it was for the sake of the wāhi tapu and the tapu of that area, I'd have no problem taking the stuff out there too. We've got ways of making things noa.
Yeah.
Why can't we do it with that stuff that doesn't add any reverence to our wāhi tapu?
Koina. I believe, you know, if you can wash your hands when you come out of
Koe
urupa,
hoki.
sprinkle some water on the
Yep.
rubbish, they're profane.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Throw them out.
Yep. If you can use the shovel, the same shovel, and take it out.
That is so true.
Unless you're good enough to have your own shovels and tools in there that stay in there. But if you can't, then what do you do?
There it is.
I bet you my uncle who mows the lawns at our urupa doesn't...
Where did the grass clippings go?
Oh.
Wow. Yeah.
I went to a tangi I Te Whaiti long time ago, and because it was e hara I tōku ake, you would have noticed in this conversation I've used both the a and o category. Anyway, we went in and I had some money, and then I
Your ciggies, eh?
Yeah, and I took them out, and the koroa goes, ko muti ki rā tikanga, he goes, put them back in your pockets, I might pinch them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know some people still adhere to that tikanga.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of not taking money and other things into the urupa.
Oh, I've never heard of this.
So yeah, I think kei tō hapu te whakautu Judy,
Yeah.
but ki au nei, yeah, hea te rere ki o te horo i te tinana,
Yeah.
and you just want to sprinkle some water on those things that need to go out of the urupa.
Yeah. Me waiho rānei te katoa kākahu ki roto rā.
Yeah, those are the things,
Yeah.
you know, we're trying to make those, it's a really,
Impractical.
and it can be a difficult conversation with, particularly for te ahi mātau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they saw that, so, you know, we need to make some tikanga up on our urupa, stop burying clothes. Because in ngā wā mua, you just, you know, you burn the whole house
Burn
down.
the whole
and,
house
you know,
down here. Where rubbish bags get chucked up
Yeah.
or pūkei ki runga I te tūpāpaku. Because those are the, you know, things from rau and all that and clothes and
Yeah.
and they're in plastic bags and it's just like, I don't know, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Mā te ahi e rā mahi e whakanoa. Tahuna.
Oh, wow. I've never
Yeah.
seen anyone do that.
Oh, man, yeah. Suitcases.
Wow.
Yeah. Have a kōrero. Judy, have a kōrero.
Yes, I think just a good
Yeah.
discussion to have. Maybe everyone should get into weaving harakeke flowers,
Yeah.
you know, so they can decompose and naturally.
Ana.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and then there's even that, you know.
Sustainability.
Yeah, now we started talking about coffins and the way our tūpāpaku are treated. How good are they for the earth as well? All
Yeah,
that stuff.
yeah,
all those
all of
kōrero.
that.
We're going to another...
Oh my God, side note,
Yeah.
coffins are so expensive.
Well, it's expensive, man.
What
Knock
a
one
rip.
up yourself or weave one
Yeah.
yourself. Bueno.
Ka mai.
Kua kehi tērā kōrero mō tēnei wā.
Ki huri ki te waiata o te wiki.
Ai, ko tā tātou waiata, ko Taku Inoi, nā Macy Rika, featuring the Modern Māori Quartet. Tēnā koutou.
Tihei Māori o rā. Tuia i runga. Tuia i raro. Tuia i roto. Tuia i waho. Tuia te herenga tangata. Karongo te pō, karongo te ao. Haumi e, hui e, tāiki e.
Oh,
Hai te inoi hei whakanoa i ngā kōrero nei.
Very fitting.
Very fitting. We went through whakapono,
Yeah.
whakapono Māori, whakapono Pākehā, mātauranga Māori, mātauranga Pākehā.
Somehow
Te reo Māori.
questions always end up at Tangihanga.
O e nui tonu ngā kōrero kei reira.
Yeah. And you know, most time it's we're culturally
tikanga,
heightened
Yeah.
during Tangihanga.
I think we need to have another wānanga Tangihanga.
Yeah, part 3.
Yeah, tikanga hou.
Ai, tikanga hou. E tahi whakaro
Hoi no, e mihi ana.
E mihi ana.
Yeah,
Man, these patapatai,
Me
man.
hoki ki taua, ua kōrero ta, te ino e nen ko hoki.
Yeah. We should change
Tēnā
these.
koe.
We should change these patapatai to wānanga.
Oe no e mea ana ki a tātai, tēnā koutou katoa ngai taringa, hei ko nā.
Hei ko
Hei
nā.
kona.
Bit whakaronga pi kari kari. Gather up close everybody buddy. Taringa. Yeah, tahuri mai ki o. Whakarongo ki te tangi a te korimako. Kōrero flowing at the hook of force. Kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds. Kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā ko nā whakapiri mai ki te kaupapa tino whakahira whakarongo pi kari kari mai. Hare mai, o Taringa hare mai. We gotta gather up close everybody. Gather up close everybody. Kani move that body. Kani move that body.
Taringa, he mea tuku nā te wānanga o Aotearoa, ā nā te māngai pāho I tautoko. To listen to more episodes, search for us on your podcast app and subscribe. Taringa, whakarongo mai.